global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Something is definitely brewing in PDP that is shaking tables and shaking corners. You're going to find that in a moment, but the question now is, how powerful will that be to save their head? Wike haven't done quite a lot of damage, I must say, in PDP, even though he is also taking credit of pushing them to where they are today. But before we go to the newspaper to find out what it is, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You've set bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Now, ahead of the 2027 race for the presidential ticket of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, a major crisis is brewing within the party as the trio of the former governor Aminu Tambuwal of Sokoto State, the Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed, and his Oyo State counterpart Seyi Makinde have concluded plans to team up and wrested the party's ticket from the former Vice President AtikuAbubakar. Now, highly placed sources within the party informed us that though the three top politicians are yet to agree on who will be on the ballot as the standard bearer and the running mate, it is certain that they will work together as a team as they have agreed to dislodge Atiku. It was further gathered that Makinde is insisting on being the principal candidate because the plan is to remove a Yoruba man. As such, he is arguing that a fellow Yoruba man should be used to replace him. Now, the sources also noted that Makinde has consistently said that if the agenda is to defeat incumbent President Bala Tinubu, who is a Yoruba man, then someone from the same zone as Tinubu should be the candidate. Now, however, Tambuwal is rejecting the option of a second fiddle, saying that he was a governor before Makinde. They have agreed definitely to pair, but the only snag now is that the two are yet to agree on who will lead the joint ticket. Makinde is claiming that a Yoruba man must replace Tinubu, but Tambuwal is saying that it will be an insult for him as a former Speaker of the House of Representatives and a two-time governor before Makinde to be the running mate. On the other hand, a section of the party is rooting for alliance between Makinde and his Bauchi State counterpart, Bala Mohammed. Though the former Vice President Atiku, who had been the party's candidate for two executive times, 2019 and 2023, is still eyeing the ticket. Our correspondent gathered that he is about to be skimmed out of the race by the governors. Now, party sources who blamed the unhealthy relationship in PDP on Atiku's ambition wondered why he does not want to mentor any of his supporters to step into his shoes. Makinde and Mohammed are in their second term in the office, which expires in 2027. Now, the Bauchi governor contested the PDP presidential primary in 2022, which Atiku eventually won, but we knew it was a gamble. He was not serious. He was more interested in finishing his second term as governor. Now, that was why he made one of his commissioners a placeholder, the source said. Now, Mohammed is now the chairman of the PDP's Governors Forum, while Makinde is the deputy chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, NGF, the umbrella body of the Nigerian governors. PDP governors have resumed their monthly meetings, which were halted because of the 2022 post-presidential primaries. Now, this, the source further disclosed, was an indication that the governors wanted one of them to pick the party's presidential ticket, arguing this would have been achieved in 2022 if Tambuwal had not stepped down for Atiku, the source said. Now, even though the four governors contested the primaries, it would have been difficult for Atiku to beat Wike. Four of the PDP governors then, that's Mohammed, Aminu Tambuwal, that's Sokoto, Mohammed, Aminu Tambuwal, Sokoto, Odomi Manu Akwa Ibom, and Yeson Wike Rivers contested the primary, while Ifeanyi Okowa, then Delta State governor, later became Atiku's running mate. Now, Makinde at that moment is the new face of PDP. He practically funds every activity in the party, as was the case when Wike was Rivers State governor. Another source said, revealing that the Oyo State governor provided the funds for the party to run the Asokoro office of the party. the training arm of the party, as well as its renovation and furnishing, and funded the recruitment of Director General of the Institute. He is the one the party looks up to in everything. I'm not surprised he demands to be given the presidential ticket. Another thing that is going for Makinde is because he's from the southwest, the same zone with President Bala Mohammed, the party source stated. And the source said that PDP may go for a candidate who will split the presidential stronghold. This might have been the reason why the party's primary for the October governorship election in Ondo was crisis-free. We already have 2 states in Southwest. If PDP can add Ondo State, we are sure of Southwest in 2027. Of course, the South is a no-go area for APC. If not because of the Labour Party, Southeast and South-South are for us. But we have not given up, he said. Now, Tambuwal and Mohammed are, however, banking on Northerners' dissatisfaction with Tinubu's administration, while Tambuwal is claiming executive seniority, having been a speaker and governor before the other two. Mohammed is said to take pride in the fact that he has remained steadfast with PDP even when people from the region were leaving the party after PDP lost the 2015 presidential election to the All Progressive Congress APC. Mohammed has remained faithful to the party. The governor has said that the only thing that would stop him from contesting the next presidential election is if former President Goodluck Jonathan accepts to run. My colleague is in the house. Now, with all of this, but something tells me differently. Why is it that all of a sudden Seyi Makinde seem to be interested in running for the presidency? There's been this here and there, hush hush being said from the southwest. Even there was actually a WhatsApp group to that effect, of which he has neither denied or accepted. And now we are hearing all of this hush 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 within the PDP moves. Do you think AtikuAbubakar will survive this scheming, and do you think it's even healthy for them? Because at some point it will break the party even more into fragments. What's your take on this?
All right, the situation is very dicey considering the fact that there are so many factors that must be considered. Now, first of all, most people believe she'd be in the area of seniority. I was the first person and all of that. I have more experience. I have more respect publicly than you and all of that. But first of all, let's look at it. First thing first, it is going to the south. Trying to bring it a northerner now is a no-no, because a northerner will deflect the agreement, the unwritten agreement of the 6 geopolitical zones, or let me say the northern and southern hemisphere. But then, if we are talking about giving it to Seyi, so many things to be considered, though there had been some prophetic message in respect to that. I can still remember some few weeks ago, Prime Minister Yodele came out and kind of was encouraging him that there is presidency in his lineage, and that he should consider that because it's very, very important. Be that as it may, I think that Seyi has the pedigree, but some level of uncertainty here and there. Number one, don't forget that one of the topmost guy who was working, or who was their number one leader, talking about Wike, is now in a romance with APC. And anything from there, I would advise that no one should really take it serious. I'm not trying to...
That's the G5.
The G5. I'm not so sure if those guys are not trying to play game, for APC. This is speculation on my part. Except he decides to, come out plain to show his level of seriousness for it. You understand? But for me, another thing is... popularity. Seyi Makinde does not so really know.
I don't even think he has that strength in the Southwest.
You understand? He doesn't really have that
He's
strength.
Not even close to Fire Shego.
You understand? There are some big names that we do not really... It's not a name that can really shake anything. If you give it to him, I think Tinubu will just go to bed, cover his blanket and sleep, because it's so sure that even Shettima can handle him based on the fact that Shettima has enjoyed some level of influence for a period. But then, what PDP may likely leverage on will be the fact that, Bala Mohammed Tinubu's administration is not performing superbly in the northern part of Nigeria, you know.
How are we not so sure that this whole thing itself is a game plan from even Wike's angle, just to deflate them internally? Because the likes of Seyi Makinde have not openly
come out to tell Nigerians,
you know, that he's no longer with Wike, and he has not been, he has never had any confrontation against Wike. They've just been, so to speak, at peace with one another. How are we so sure that? Because at this point, anybody can actually be used as a, and even while that was going on, I could still remember they worked against Atiku. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Just for Bala Mohammed Tinubu. So why would they now want to work against Bala Mohammed Tinubu? There could be a grand plan, but this is politics. What do you think?
I believe Seyi is a quiet guy. He doesn't talk too much. But another thing is, I don't see him having the wherewithal to stand Bala Mohammed Tinubu. And also, if you look at the situation of things thus far, Bala Mohammed Tinubu has so much influence even in his state or your state. I think the last time he won in Oyo State, you understand, or he wield so much influence. So him coming out, really, I don't think that PDP should let go of 2027 to Makinde. This is quite personal.
I feel it's a newbie. If it has no grand plan, it's a newbie. In this game, instead I can prefer Bala Mohammed, because Bala Mohammed here is another.
That's the way the issue.
So if they can even beg Peter Obi to come back, let them feel Peter Obi as the president.
Now another thing I'm seeing here is, if they want a situation whereby APC will want a situation whereby the North will have no other option, but if they bring in Seyi Makinde, I would say boldly that Peter Obi will have a better opportunity, because there is the distracting factor
will be Southwest.
The distracting factor as at 2023 in the northern part of Nigeria was actually AtikuAbubakar. You understand? He was a distracting factor for Peter Obi. Peter Obi would have swept through, you understand? But the distracting factor was AtikuAbubakar, based on his influence and who he is to them and all of that. But right now, based on the situation on ground, if Seyi Makinde comes on board, I can assure you that Peter Obi, if everything goes well, Peter Obi is going to carry the day.
All right, but let's not also forget that we still have AtikuAbubakar to deal with, because this is one thing that is certain. He has this last chance to contest 2027. After that, it may just be a case of going into oblivion, fading into oblivion. So yes, don't rule him out. He's an old veteran in politics. You could be surprised just by the last minute he'll still get the ticket. But let's say